Hello, I'm Shawnisha Martindale. I am the mother of Zaniyah Jackson, who was recently diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy February the 23rd. We've been here a little over 2 months. It's been a journey, a true journey. She had never been sick. And it kind of happened a little bit over Christmas. She got sick, and it kind of went and came, and then a little bit after Valentine's Day, she was like throwing up. She had lost 5 pounds. She just wasn't herself, and she's a gymnast, so she's very active. She would come in from school, drop her backpack down, go straight to sleep. She wasn't eating. She just wasn't the Zaniyah that I knew. And I took her to the doctor, and they checked her for strep and flu. Flu was negative, strep was positive. And they wanted me to do a chest x-ray because they said she sounded like she could have had like possible pneumonia. Took her and x-ray February the 22nd and February the 23rd. We go to the doctor and we are told that she had an enlarged heart, which she was diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy. Her heart was pumping at a 10 to 15%, which was not good when we got to our hospital, our hometown hospital. And by the time we got here, which was about 10 or 11 p.m. the 23rd, her heart was pumping at a 3%, which was very, very scary. So they put her on all kind of medicine, Melrinone, a lot of them. and then 3 days later, she was put on the ventilator, and they put all kind of IVs in her, and then it's called the VAD, heartwear VAD, and it's a pump that they put in her heart to help her left side pump blood like it's supposed to all of her, throughout her body. And that was March the 3rd she got that. And then we waited and waited. We thought we were going to go home with the VAD, and then what seemed like eternity waiting on a heart, we got the good news April the 11th at 8 p.m. that she had got a heart. And she went in to have her surgery April the 12th at 5 o'clock p.m. And now she's healthy. She ended up suffering a stroke in between having the VAD and getting her heart transplant, which kind of paralyzed her left side for a little bit, but now she's moving it and she's doing really, really good. And we're going to go to Fraser Rehab, and hopefully we just go up from there. It's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. She's come a long way. Well, and the things that kept me going, number one was God and praying, because at one point I started to lose my faith every time I thought my daughter was getting better, and she kind of was, in a sense, getting worse. Getting to know the doctors, the nurses, and the heart team, asking questions whenever I wasn't sure of stuff. And I work in healthcare, so I kind of thought I knew the questions to ask, but it's different when you're on the other side, and your daughter's the patient. And then my friends and family, they helped me get through it a lot, and it was kind of hard because I have 2 other children outside of Zaniyah, so it was trying to figure out separating that time, and didn't want to leave Zaniyah in the hospital. And last, my daughter helped me get through it because I seen that she couldn't give up, so I couldn't give up. Emotional. The first time I had to leave Zaniyah, it was very, very emotional. We live almost 2 hours away, and the whole ride was nothing but waterworks. I cried and cried and cried because I was sad that I had to leave her, but I also had to try to make time for my other 2 children. And it was hard for her because she texted me and called me all the time. But she soon understood that I needed to separate my time with her and her siblings. Also, one of the hardest things that I found was watching your daughter be on the vent. She was on the vent 2 different times. She had several surgeries, and it's really, really hard seeing your child go through all that pain and not being able to help them in a sense.
Sorry.
What do you think I could have done differently or could have been done differently?
Nothing.
I did everything right?
Yeah.
Even the nurses and the doctors did everything right?
No.
No. I mean, I would ask them questions, but no nurses came in and, like, didn't touch her unless they told me what they were doing, or as they were doing it, they explained it to me, which made it a lot easier, because when, you know, your daughter's going through what she's going through, and you see all these people coming in and they're, you know, hooking up to all these IVs and pushing all these different medicines, and you're like, hold on, what's going on? So it made it a lot easier for me to understand and know that she was getting the proper care that she needed, with the nurses and the doctors telling me. And if I asked the question and someone didn't know, they would say, I will find out for you. And they always did. It's hard trying to separate. Should I be the good parent or should you be the bad parent? But you have to think about, if you give in to every little thing that your child says, as far as, I don't want to do it, I can't do it, then they're not going to get better. So it was kind of hard for me to, I guess, I tried to stay the same way here as I do at home. I don't let Zaniyah get away with much, and I wasn't going to let her get away with much here. So I kind of was still that stern parent and said, you know, we're not going to say I can't. If you at least say I will try, or I'll work on it, then, you know, I'll cut you a little of slack, but I didn't cut her much. And she got mad at me for that, but hey, now she's better. At the end of the day, you have to be the parent. You can't let your child run over you. You have to set goals and standards for your children, or limits for your children. And you still have to be mindful of, you know, why they're here and the conditions that they're going, or that they're going through. But at the same time, you still have to put your foot down and show them who's boss. Me staying consistent to, you know, this is how it's going to be, this is how it's not, this is what you're not going to do. You don't do this stuff at home, so I expect you to do the same thing here that you would do at home. Well, I will forever have a spot for Dr. Sparks and his team in my heart, because not only did they save and fix your heart, but they fixed mine too. So I will always be grateful for Norton's Children's Hospital. I think she learned better communication skills being here. Mm-hmm. Because before she was kind of timid on expressing how she felt and, you know, telling people, hey, I need my space. Mm-hmm. You're smothering me. And I think with her talking to Miss Lindsey helped her a whole bunch.
That's very true.
All right, it was Team Zaniyah.
Team Zaniyah.
Hearts for Zaniyah.
Yeah, that's true.